say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The midshipman offense is on the field to start this game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, you'll keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking downfield, it's Montgomery. He'll pull it down, and it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple. Guys, we have a second here to talk about Navy. Good pickup on the recruiting trail just last week. Three-star defensive back, a guy that could be a bit of a diamond in the rough, but that type of talent is what they need to build that secondary.
Man, yeah, and this is a program they're trying to build something. They're trying to climb to that next level, and this is how you do it. You get players that your school can go out and get, and now you let them play, start to develop, and turn into something great.
Give to the big fullback. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Navy will have to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So Notre Dame's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy's a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying. Understand.
Breaks into the and into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Toss to the outside. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
And that's not the option they were looking for. You know, you want to run that option and maybe pitch the football, but that play looked dead from the jump, and the QB had nowhere to go.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Throws to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. Navy will have to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The give to the single back. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Man, it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And here comes the Navy offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Now on the move. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. The midshipman looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long. Reading the option, it's Montgomery. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this defense, they were ready for that 3rd down. That you could tell they smelt the option coming. Did a great job. Aggressive. Downhill. Went and got it. Got the tackle for a loss. Forcing the 4th down.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Here come the Irish back on offense. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. Plows through the defense. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
To the ground, he's got it again. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now on the option. Quick toss. There he goes. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Notre Dame. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
The running back is going to get the long touchdown run in the stats, but the option was run beautifully. How about the timing down the line of scrimmage? A perfect pitch, and the running back takes it and does the rest. That's why this offense is hard to stop. So many options on so many plays.
Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. And Navy will go back on the attack. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Takes the handoff. It's Joyner. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Here comes the option. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play. The midshipman got the explosive play on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. On the option, the pitch. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Navy comes to the line facing 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver.
You think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the 1st down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy, breezy.
And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you've got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
He'll pull it on the read. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First play of the period, 1st down here. Tight end now in motion. Toss sweep right. Got enough for the 1st. Rumbles up to the 27 before going out of bounds, and the running game gets it done there.
Well, that's a really good-looking physical run. I'll tell you, when you think of Notre Dame football, too, you think of all the great coaches they've had, Ara Parseghian, Newt Rockne, Lou Holtz. Those guys would love what they're seeing right now. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, wearing the defense down, running the football when they know you're going to do it. This is Notre Dame football to a T. Beautiful.
They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Got a man, it's Smith. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
At the pace this guy's going at right now, this could be a record-setting type day. This could be a game for the ages for this dude. He already has 2 touchdowns, picks up that first down. This is still the first half, guys. What is this guy capable of doing the rest of the game? We're going to find out.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Using the quick game. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
So nice when you're an offense and you get in these 3rd and shorts and you know the defense has to be aggressive, has to commit guys up front, especially in the red zone area. Nice job by this offense, slipping in the pass, getting rid of the football.
Touchdown, Irish! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
The kick is up and good, and put 1 more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Mountain West. Bowling Green is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Wyoming. The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, fellas, and we'll circle back if anything big happens.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Navy now in trouble here on 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Montgomery. Bringing the heat. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. Navy will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And the ball comes to rest right there.
these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football in that play.
Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Give to the back. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Taylor has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll run play action. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They get to him as he throws. He's got an open man. And that's not going to be a first down. He stopped just millimeters away from moving the chains. The kick is on its way. He makes the fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here's a heat. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
I'll tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing 3 allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic.
Turning it on. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play the...
There he goes to the right. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Once he got some room, it was over.
Man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Navy offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Leaves it with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. He gets a block. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll open the second half on the ground. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him one.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
On third down, he drops to throw. Finds his tight end. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is brought in at the 40. They are set up nicely. And Navy will go back on the attack. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he must have felt like there were 15 guys on defense, and he dodged a bunch of them in the backfield, but still knocked down for a loss. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass, it's Montgomery. Makes the catch. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Lining up to convert third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, it's picked off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Release to the back. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands. And
oh, he's getting ahead of steam at the 20. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that. Breaks into the open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys win their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Finds his man. It's Porter. He breaks a tackle. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
That's a great play call by the offensive coordinator because that play is essentially the extension of a sweep play. You're getting your running back an extra touch to the perimeter of the field, so now he can go to work in open space.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Yeah, and he calls his own number, tries to go get the first down, but he just couldn't get to it. Nice job by the defense, locking in, not letting him get that extra couple yards that he needed to get the big first down.
Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
The Irish, after ripping off a huge chunk on the ground, will try to keep Big Mo rolling. He leaves it with the back. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Irish! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. Bowling Green is in front. They've been impressive today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 7 over Wyoming. We've got our finger on the pulse of everything in the Mountain West and all around college football, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Dropping back, it's Montgomery. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on second down.
Here we go.
Looking to fire. Spins away from the defender. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
That's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
The option look. Got the first down and more. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. They'll send the back in motion. Fullback's got it. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Grab behind the line. It's Cooper. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26. Navy will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to? So much space back there when you play them the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field. All the speed on the field for that punt coverage team. And you can tell they caught up with him and forced the fumble.
Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Hand off from the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. He'll do it himself. Got the first down and more.
And how about that on 3rd and long? I think everybody in this place thinking pass, right? Drop back and play pass. Well, who has the quarterback? Like, a lot of times in these man-to-man, 3rd down and long situations, nobody has him. Look at that. Runs the option to perfection, keeps the football, and gets the first down.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Power football with the run. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here's the handoff. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Let's go. Snap to the back. Finds a little space. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the 1st down. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll go to the fullback. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games.